It's Mickey TV. And this is my Minnesota Vikings 2018 season Game 1 review of the game between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers that was played on September 9th, 2018 at US Bank Stadium. And the final of the game was the Minnesota Vikings 24 and the San Francisco 49ers 16. And as I predicted, the Vikings would win this game, even though it would be a close game. For the most part, in all actuality, this was a close game. The Niners were pretty much in the game throughout the whole game. And I was pretty close on my prediction on the score of the game. I predicted the Vikings would win 24-17, so I was only off by 1 point with the San Francisco 49ers. So rather impressive that I got very close to figuring out what the score of the game would be and who would win. So that was pretty cool. Like I said, it was going to be a tough game and close. I don't know if this is. I suppose this is probably the same with every game out there with the NFL. It's always going to be close. There's always going to be parity for the most part. I mean, good God, that Pittsburgh-Cleveland game ended in a tie, and I thought for sure Pittsburgh would blow out the Browns. So, I mean, what are you going to do? So, but for the most part, I was happy with the result. The Vikings beat a team that they should beat, and they did. And it was a nice home opener for the 2018 season. Let's get to the highlights and the highlights and stats of the game. And we will go to Kirk Cousins, our new quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. A fairly solid day, 20 out of 36 on passing. So, yeah, the completion rating could be a little bit higher for that, but not too bad. 244 yards. 2 TDs with a quarterback rating of 95.1. That was pretty solid. So, and he had no interceptions. So that's what I like to see as a quarterback with these kind of stats. And if you don't have any interceptions, I am pretty happy with that. If you can get me these stats every day, I'll be happy. Preferably stats better than this, but for the most part, a good day. Out of the rushing area, or running back area, the leading rusher was number 25, Latavius Murray. He had 42 yards of rushing in the game. And then our second-year player that was hurt last year, who was our rookie last year, he had 40 yards rushing in this game and 55 yards receiving. So hopefully he's going to be more used throughout the season, and I want to see us have a running back that does both rushing and receiving, and I'm hoping and praying, and I really do think that Dalvin Cook would be great to fill in a role for this. The only black mark that he has during the game, or red mark, whatever mark that they use to say, oh, that was pretty bad, he had a fumble, and it was lost. So I'm not going to get on him too much because he's still a young player. Technically, in my eyes, he's still a rookie. So I'm going to let that slide for now, but that's one thing that definitely have to keep an eye on. And then out of receiving, Adam Thielen was our leading receiver with 6 receiving yards, or 6 catches for 102 yards receiving. Stephon Diggs had 3 receptions for 43 yards, and I believe he had a touchdown too. I'm trying to remember who else had the touchdown. I didn't write that down on who scored the touchdowns, but I'm pretty sure Stephon Diggs had a touchdown in the game. And then over to the offensive line. Offensively, could be better. We gave up 3 sacks, 6 tackles for losses, 6 QB hits. That's not good. I mean, ideally, you want to see all those numbers at 0, but if anything, at most 1, 1, and 1 in those stats, or maybe 1, 2, and 1 in those stats. You don't want to see your quarterback get hit that many times. You don't want to see him get sacked that many times. So, but overall, offensive line, I guess, did an adequate job to protect the quarterback. Defensively, we did pretty good. Overall, as a defensive team, we had 3 sacks, 5 tackles for losses, 9 passes defended, 9 QB hits. We had 3 interceptions in the game, and one of them was for a pick six. And we limited their offense to 90 yards rushing, which is pretty good when you see rushing below 100 yards, and 261 yards receiving. A lot of that, I'm sure, was padded on towards the end of the game when the defense was playing more of a prevent defense. So overall, the defense, I think, was the star of the game in this game. If you take away their defensive touchdown, we would have won by 17-16 from the offense, which kind of shaky there on what would happen. Our leading defensive players during the game, Harrison Smith, number 22, had 7 tackles, 6 of which were solo, 1 sack, 2 tackles for losses, 1 pass defended, 1 QB hit, 1 fumble recovery, and an interception. That's pretty darn good. Then number 93, Sheldon Richardson, was second in tackles with 4 solo, a half a sack, and 3 QB hits. I love seeing that. If you can't get the sacks, at least get into the quarterback's face, and those are pretty good stats. The next guy, Daniel Hunter, he had 4 tackles, all 4 of which were solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, and a QB hit. Nice to see him in the game as well. I like to see that up front line just kind of rush into him. And then when you get the support like a great a secondary back like Harrison Smith coming in and doing what he was doing, perfect game for the defense. Mike Hughes had 3 tackles. All 3 were solo, 3 passes defended, and he was the one that got the interception for a TD. Xavier Rhodes had 2 tackles, both of them solo, and 1 pass defended, which was an interception, which was very, very good indeed to see another secondary back get an interception. And then we go to special teams. And in special teams, I think his name is Daniel Carlson, is our new kicker on the team. Hopefully he'll do a better job than the guy we had last year. And in this game, he was perfect. 1 field goal attempt, made it. 3 extra point attempts, made it. No problem. That's what I want to see. I mean, it's just a small sample right here so far, but it's great to see that it was perfect for him for the day. So hopefully that will be good. Overall, on the coaching side of things, I assume Mike Zimmer coached probably a very conservative game on the offense. He's very there's no doubt about it. He's very good when it comes to with his defense. He's very good on building up that defense. That's the one thing I love about this team is our defense. But when it comes to the offense, I don't know if he is fully optimizing what is going on with the offense. We have a first-round pick a couple years ago, Treadwell. What has he done? I haven't seen him mature, become a big active part of the game. When you have a first-round pick and he's only doing a little bit during the game, it makes you kind of wonder what's going on with the coaching and the development of this player. There's no excuse that a first-round draft pick like Treadwell is barely getting a catch or 2 in the game. He should be playing more now. It's his 3rd season, I believe. And if there's one criticism I have about this coach, I just don't know if he knows how to fully develop the offensive side of things. I don't know if he has the right coach on the offensive thing. He plays really conservative on the offensive side of things, so I don't know what to say. Overall, the team, the Minnesota Vikings had 31 minutes and 9 seconds of possession. And the Niners had 28 minutes and 51 seconds. So you want to win that battle, especially for a defense like the Vikings. You want to see that happen, and the coach did a good job on time management on that. So overall, this is a pretty good game, pretty solid. I will do my prediction of the Packers game this weekend. It's going to be a great game to watch, and I look forward to talking to you then. Bye.